Okay, I'm back and I thought I'd go over what I'm doing lately. This is my passenger side door off of my 73 Chevelle. And right now I'm in the process of blocking out or really wet sanding the primer before I go ahead and lay down my first coat of red. So I have here on top of the primer surfacer that I used and sanded down, I thought it'd be a good idea to go and start with the white base before I do the red. So I put on 2 coats of rustoleum's, what do they call it? The clean metal primer, the white primer here. So I'm wet sanding this with 400, and then I went and bought some cheap spray paint, and just it's an enamel, and just use that as a guide coat over this. So I've done about half of the door, the lower portion of it already, and what I did break into was some of the filler, the pink area there, and I've also in some spots gone right back down to the metal. So believe it or not, the 400 grit wet sanding can actually pretty quickly even get right down in the metal if you're not careful. And obviously if you have high spots, that's what it's telling you, but you don't need a whole lot of hand pressure when you're doing it. So here I haven't touched it at all, and if I get in there you can see the guide coat and also the rough surface of the primer, so it acts like it's a ton of orange peel. And what you want when you're wet sanding is what I've learned, at least, just take it easy, and as you get down towards nothing, no more guide coat, then you're good to go. So don't put a lot of pressure as you make progress. So right here in this area is kind of like the middle zone where it's not exactly as thick as it is untouched, and this is where I need to start hitting the brakes and taking it, easy and sanding lightly. So that's how you know how far to go, is once you've wet sanded away the guide coat and you're happy with what the door panel is telling you, what the body work is telling you as far as highs and lows, then you're ready to move on. For example, the whole point of a guide coat really is to show you the any low spots, any dents, and right here is one, and it's not even, I can not even really feel it with my finger, but nevertheless, if I can get right in there, there it is, you can see that the whole area around it, there's none of that guide coat. No matter how much I went over that little area, it just was staying there. So obviously that's a low spot. It's not, however, it's not low enough that I think I'm going to actually fill it, which may be, silly, considering that's the whole point of doing the body work, is to get it straight. But I'm not too concerned with that little bit of work that it's showing me there. So I recommend taking your jewelry off if you have a wedding ring or a watch. I've done that because it's it's silly to scratch your work while you're wet sanding, because that just gives you more work to fix later. So that's where I'm at, and I'm not an expert, but this is kind of my journey so far with this Rust-Oleum and rolling it onto this car. And body work is body work, I would guess, so obviously that's the same for any type of project. So that's where I stand, and I'm going to go ahead and mount this camera and let you guys watch me do some of this wet sanding and in this middle zone here, how to kind of read what it's telling you.